Hello everyone, and welcome to the review. In this episode, we're taking a look at the Rolex Daytona from Versus Factory on the gray Oysterflex strap. Some also refer to this as the cement gray Daytona. This is the V2 weighted version. Countless factories have produced this particular gray Daytona. We've seen versions from the old N factory, AR factory, U factory, C factory clean, C plus factory, and R factory. A huge number of factories have attempted this model. So, which factory actually does it best? Let's take a closer look. First, let's measure the case diameter. It measures 38.6 millimeters in diameter. The thickness comes in at 12.1 millimeters. The craftsmanship from Versus Factory is truly exquisite. Look here. The connection point for the strap is exceptionally tight and seamless. It features a ceramic bezel and a high-quality rubber Oysterflex strap. As you can see, the finishing is incredibly refined. The chamfering and polishing on the clasp are well executed. It features the CD code engraving, as well as the 750 and STT Bernard head hallmarks. Let's examine it under magnification. You can see the CD engraving. The level of detail is extremely fine. It has this large Mercedes symbol, which signifies that it's the heavy, weighted version. Now let's examine its solid central hand stack. Look. It's very precise. The execution of these markers is also excellent. The Riho engraving code is 340. Each watch has a unique serial, so the next piece will not have the 340 engraving. Let's go over the functions of this watch. First, we unscrew the screw-down crown. After unscrewing, turning it upwards manually wins the movement and builds power reserve. Pulling the crown out to the first position allows you to adjust the time. Once the time is set, push the crown in and screw it down tightly. That's it. What are these two pushers for? Let's unscrew the top one. A single press will start the chronograph seconds hand. Press it again to pause. And another press will resume timing. This is used for timing events. Pressing it again pauses the timer. Then, pressing the bottom pusher resets it to 0. When the chronograph seconds hand completes one full rotation, the minute counter subdial moves by 1 increment. When the minute counter subdial completes one full rotation, the hour counter subdial moves by 1 increment. It's a full chronograph function. The subdial at the 6 o'clock position, which is always moving, is the actual running seconds hand. As a general rule, when using this watch, you shouldn't leave the chronograph function running continuously. Normally, you should keep the pushers screwed down. You only use them when timing something. The 6 o'clock subdial is the constant running seconds. The overall craftsmanship of the watch is superb. The genuine version of this watch is made of 18-karat white gold, giving it a high density and a very heavy feel. If you were to handle other non-weighted versions, you'd find they are significantly lighter. An expert could feel the weight of your watch and instantly know if it's incorrect. That's why you must get the weighted version, which feels substantial and hefty. Playing with a version like this is the only way to go. It is the correct way. Aesthetically, it's an incredibly handsome watch. It looks much better than those Submariners by a wide margin. In the Rolex lineup, the Daytona is truly at the pinnacle. So, for those of you looking to get a watch like this, it's crucial that you truly understand the industry before you buy. You need to know how to differentiate between the versions. If you don't know how to tell them apart, it's best not to rush into a purchase, as this market is quite deep and it's common for sellers to pass off inferior versions as top tier. This watch uses a movement from the Dandong factory. Let's take a look. We'll use magnification. VSF uses the Dandong 4131 movement. How can you identify the 4131 movement? Look here. It has these two adjustment devices on the balance bridge, which are used to regulate the rate and beat error. You must look for this specific movement. You can take a screenshot. If the watch you receive has a movement that looks different from what I'm showing, it proves it is not from versus factory. Let me show you. I've already opened the case back. As I said, this market is deep, and they can fit many different movements inside. Look, they can install this type of movement. Or they can install this one. That's why it is absolutely essential to find a genuinely professional and knowledgeable dealer so you don't get an inferior product passed off as the best. They are clearly different. My impression of this watch. First, it is incredibly handsome. Second, for a tiny fraction of the genuine price, you can own this level of craftsmanship, which I think is absolutely excellent. Let me show you the weight. This is the weighted version. Let's check the scale. $134 grams. This is the VSF weighted version. Okay, now let's weigh this other one. 110 grams. See that? 110 grams. So their weights are completely different. If you're going to buy one, you must get the versus factory V2 weighted version. There's a significant weight difference. This watch also has luminescence, or Lume. I'll show you its Lume now. The Lume is also very bright. If there's a specific watch you'd like to see reviewed, please feel free to leave a comment. If you enjoyed the video, remember to follow and give it a like. We'll see you in the next one.